Hi guys, this is day 2 in Badagry. So today we are going to the point of no return. We will return in Jesus' name. That's where the slaves were being taken to, and any slave that crosses this water and goes there never returns back to Nigeria. So let's go. Let's go. Curator of the best curator of all time.
Good morning.
Morning. Guys, so we are here, Badagry slave route. This is the route of the journey to unknown destination.
What does it mean? The route to unknown destination. When we get there, I will show everyone why we call it the point of no return and why we call it unknown destination. I won't tell you, but everyone will see it with their own eyes why we call it unknown destination. The way we move from that jetty to this jetty, we crossed on the water. Then the same way they move the slaves, but not with this kind of boat, but with paddle boats. And 3,000 men cannot stay in one boat. They will have many boats. So they will paddle the boats to this place. Then by dropping them, they will have to join everybody together. So they will be on a single file. They call the movement single file. One line. Everybody will be on a single file, straight down to the point of no return where we are going to. And they have shackles on their hands, the necks, and the leg. So the way we want to move now, we move freely because we don't have chains on our leg. Then they have to move like this. So if we are spending 30 minutes or 10 minutes to get to that place, let's imagine how many minutes they will spend in those days under hot sun and with heavy chains on their neck, the hands, and the leg. Okay. So, and they will still be flogging them. Most especially the person at the back. So let's proceed.
So what is this island called?
This island is called Berefu Island.
Okay.
And this island used to be the route they take the slave through. Okay. This is where our forefathers worked for 400 years because the slave trade lasted for 400 years.
Oh.
And this island has been in existence before Badagry. Badagry was founded in 14th century, 1425 to be precise, okay, by a famous farmer on this island called Agbede. Agbede means blacksmith. Agbede has a farm across the lagoon over there. So whenever people from this village are going to Agbede's farm in Igbo language means grime. So whenever people are going to Agbede's farm, they will say, I'm going to Agbede Grime. Agbede Grime. From there, the Yoruba settlers, they can't pronounce Grime because it's not their language. So they pronounce it as Agbadarigi.
Okay.
So from Agbadarigi, when the European came in, they corrupted it and changed it to Badagry. Oh. From Agbede Grime to Agbadarigi to Badagry. So that was where the name Badagry came from.
So right now, how long are we going to walk? Because me, I'm tired. I'm not a slave. My leg, they pain me. We don't hear waka. And
no. We've not gotten to the spirit ascension well.
Okay.
It's in the middle of the way.
The mid
of the way.
Okay. So that's the way that if they drink the water, they will lose their memory.
Yes. According to the story, Nigeria has largest supply of slave, 24%. Nigeria and Angola. Ghana has 16%. So it was told that it was because of this well that makes Nigeria to have that kind of supply. And when we get to the well, I will tell you much about the well.
Okay. No wahala, let's be going.
Yeah, I'm still going.
My leg they pain me, I'm not gonna lie. But let's keep going.
Yeah.
Anything for my lover.
But you are moving freely. But yes, then they have to move like this. And they'll still be beating them on that hot sun.
This is well. So why don't you want us to take bike? Why do you want us to feel the pains the slaves felt?
So I don't want us to use bike. If we use bike, it's easy. But if you don't use the bike, you feel what our forefathers felt then. But if you use the bike, you won't really get what you came for.
Okay.
So let's walk on this route and let viewers at home see the kind of journey our forefathers embarked on with chains on their neck, the legs.
So you made mention about something about what the whites, they took the chains from our legs and...
I've observed that the white men though I'm not a racist, I love the whites. Yes, I love them a lot. I love blacks also. I love everyone. God created everyone in his image.
Yes.
He didn't say black, he didn't say white, he didn't say Indian. So we are all one. But I've discovered that they've moved the chain from our feet into our brain.
Can you explain that, please?
How did they remove the chain from the feet to the brain? With some of these things they gave to us. Let's see. They stole our education, they stole our freedom, they stole our business, they stole everything. All these things we are facing right now in Nigeria are those things they were facing then over there. We are blessed here in Africa. Everything we need, we have it here. But these people, some of these things we have, they don't have it. So they want to get it as much as they want. And because of our own greed, our brothers' greed, they want to accept any offer given by those people. And that offer, we are not gaining anything from that offer. It's just like, there's a saying, they said, at the end of the tunnel, there will always be what? Light.
Yes.
At the end of the tunnel, there will always be light. But let's use that tunnel as an example. Tunnel is like a pipe. You enter from this edge and come out from the other end. Let's now bend the pipe into a circle. That's how they are ruling us. Those whites. Okay. How? Okay, let me say, if you bend a tunnel, you are moving around inside that tunnel. The tunnel is now a circle. You can't see the light. There's no way out. These people in us are on top of the tunnel. We are inside the tunnel. They keep telling us, keep going. You will soon see the light. Keep going. And we don't know we are still moving. Okay, if someone should fall in that tunnel and we are still moving around, we come back and see that same person. But we saw when this person fell down here. So where is the way? Where is the light? Where are we going to? But our people are afraid to tell the truth. Why are we afraid to tell the truth? Why are we afraid to tell the truth? Everyone knows the right thing to do. Why are we not doing it? That's the question. Why are we not doing the right thing? I'll throw that question to everyone at home to answer. Why are we not doing the right thing?
Okay, no problem. Drop your answer in the comment section. I don't tire. Where we they go?
We never reach halfway.
Eh? We go down back or this research we don't do.
No.
Okay, guys, we are at the attenuation well. So what happened here? How did they discover this well? Who dug it? Was it a slave or was it who did?
So you're welcome to the spirit attenuation well. The well water they give our forefathers then to make them to lose their memory and be less aggressive for 3 to 4 months. Why? This well was dug by the African chiefs. When the white men met with the African chiefs doing the business, that what can they do to avoid slave revolt on the ship? The African chiefs came together and they decided to dig this well. They dug this well, they added black magic in it.
Ooh.
So by taking the slaves from that jetty, the way we move to this place, but not as easy as we move. When they get to this place, they'll fetch the water and there's incantation they recite before taking the water. I will send you that incantation. So they will recite it. After taking the water, this is the last thing our forefathers remember. And they will move them down to the point of no return where we are going to. That black magic they added in this water will spend up to 3 to 4 months in our forefathers' brain. Because the ship will spend up to 3 to 4 months on the sea. It depends on the distance of the country they are taking them to. If the country is far, they will spend 4 months. If the country is close, they will spend 3 months. So for that 3 months, they won't remember anything. I just imagine that then, how would they feel when they get to unknown man's land? What do you remember? I drank water, and after that, what about you? I drank water, and you? I drank water, and they forgot everything. Now they will have new memory. So they forget everything here. And male domestic slaves were mostly bred in Havana, Cuba. Havana, Cuba. And male slaves were castrated that time.
Were castrated?
They castrate the male slave. because a white man cannot leave a black slave at home with his wife or daughter, so they have to castrate them. The male slave became huge and tough, so they use them as domestic slave. Maybe they want to carry something, they want to work on the farm, maybe there's an issue between the master and somebody, they will send that slave to go and fight. So that was how they use our forefathers. But out of the slaves that were castrated then, I was the only one that was not castrated, and you have opportunity to meet with me.
You were
Shall
not
we
there.
proceed?
No, you were not there.
People were asking if I was there. I was there. I was giving birth to 1802.
He's just 27 years old, so he learned all of this. So let's go. We are going to the point of no return. Like I keep saying, we must return in Jesus' name.
Yes, because we are not slaves.
Yeah, guys. So we are at the place of no return. I don't know why. If I don't feel good, it is well. So what do you have to say about this place?
I welcome everyone to the point of no return. So this is where they take our forefathers, and from there they take them on the ship. Now the way we move from that jetty to this place, the same way they move the slave, but not as easy as we move, because they have shackles on them. And when they get to this place, there will be many boats here also. The ship cannot come to the shore. The ship will park in the middle of the sea. That's not the middle of the sea, but where we see as the middle of the sea, that's where the ship will park. And they will bring many boats here. So they will arrange the slave in those boats, like 16, 17, 16, 15, 17. And the boats will take them to the ship. They arrange them in the boat. This is where our forefathers said bye to this country. And why do we call this place the journey to unknown destination? If you look at this water from that end round to this end here, if you look at it round to this end, I can't tell you if it is land that is after that water. You can't tell me if it is forest that is after that water. Nobody can tell us what is after that water. What we are just saying is water. So if I take you on this water, can you tell me where I'm taking you to?
No.
Only if I tell you that this is where I'm taking you to on this water. That's why we call it the journey to unknown destination.
See, why is that why the water is like this? Why is like that place is high?
That place is high and this place is low. That's how water looks like. So you're welcome to the point of no return. But we will return because we are not slaves. So you're welcome once again.
So we're going to the slave market now.
Yes. That's Vlikiti slave market. Let's proceed.
Hi guys, so we are currently at the slave market. Slave market, right?
Yes.
So what were they doing here then?
Vlikiti slave market. So this
What is it called?
Vlikiti slave market. So this is where they sold more than 3,000 slaves every market days.
Every market days.
And we have what we call dungeon.
Sorry, can you increase your voice a little?
There's what we call dungeon here,
Okay.
underground cell.
Okay.
And you have privilege to see some of these things
Okay.
here. So let's meet our curator here.
Okay, this is our curator.
Nobody want to take us around.
Curator, hi. Nice to meet you. So what are you going to be showing us today?
I'm showing you the Badagry slave market. No.
Okay. So this, what you...
Okay. When he finished, he will tell us about these people. These are the people that witnessed the signing of the abolition of slave trade. I guess these are the missionaries, the missionary rules. This statue here tell us about the missionary rules.
Okay. Can you go that way so I can take it very well?
Abolition of slave trade.
Okay, let him finish and come and tell us about it. Okay.
Okay. This is the second part of the video, the biggest slave trade in Africa and in Nigeria. So this part is known as the point of no return. Just as we watch from the lady Mariam Oyakhilome about the point of no return. This is actually what happened back then during the slave trade, Just as I posted earlier, the biggest slave trade in Africa. That is this part one. This is obviously the part two. Okay, just as we all know, this is what happened during the slave era, when the British colonizers, came to Nigeria and Africa, and we are packing a lot of people, on their boats, on their ships, everyone was getting packed, a lot of things happening, Africans were getting looted, yes. Both properties and human beings, we are getting looted, we are getting enslaved, you know. Previously, in the first part, we talked about how Africans sold their brothers into slavery. That is um, how people were the greedy ones. Were being bribed by those white people. They negotiated with with the whites, with the British people, to be capturing their brothers, and be selling to them in exchange of some objects, like a gun and blades and things that doesn't actually make sense. So, but on this part, it's just about the point of no return. As we can see, the curator Mushub uh, showed us. The point of no return, we are slaves, we are actually taking, the river. They seems like the border where they say goodbye, where they bid farewell to Nigerians. As we all know, as we can see how terrible it was to them, back then. And it's just like a river shore where the boats, this slave trade of a thing doesn't just happen in Nigeria. It's happened almost all the countries in Africa. So all these colonizers always do is whenever they come, they will just be going to different countries, different African countries, and be packing their slaves, those that they caught, they rearrange them under the dungeon, um, on the day on be waiting for the day for the arrival of the ship. Dungeon is the place, it's just the room where slaves are being kept. So after buying slaves, is one of the huge biggest trading then, where a lot of families we are enriched from. A lot of families, a lot of wealthy families partake in it because it was a lucrative business back then. So whenever they caught slaves, trade slaves, at the end of the day, after sorting out the slaves, they will pack them in dungeons. That is where slaves are being kept on the roof. There they were screwed together, urinate there, eat there, sweat there, do a lot of all kinds of things there. Now both male and female, they will just be there. So waiting for the arrival of the ship. Yeah. Some of this ship will be coming from some part of Europe, Portugal, um, Britain, different part of Europe. Now they will be going from one country to another. Once they come to Africa, they will just be dropping from one country to another. Once they come to Cameroon, they will pick up the slaves there, onboard them in the ship, then move their boats. And the next junction should be like Ghana, from Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Egypt, different kinds of. Now before they will now arrive in Nigeria. So once they arrive in Nigeria, as the kind showed us, that's the point where they always ascend. Yeah, they always descend. Is it descend or ascend? Like that's the point where they always park their boat in the middle of the sea, because they can't come into the shore because it's mostly dried. So from there, the slaves now will be now moved towards that part, with shackles on their hands, just as the curator explained, with shackles on their hand in a single line. They will just be moving, just like when you are in prison. You're just when you are handcuffed in prison, you don't have your freedom, and probably you have a court hearing, to attend. You just be walking small. So, but in this case, slaves are being held with one single chain, chocolate on their hand, on their leg, so they can't easily run away, because these people, as I said before, these people we are too smart. They know that without all those things, Africans are too Africans are too strong and too giant. An African man that eats fufu, 3 wraps, 4 wraps, 5 wraps can easily defend a man that eats rice, spaghetti, indomie noodles, and all the stuff. So they always find a way to put shackles on their hand, on their legs, coupled with the black magic they always use on them, the black magic. And this black magic of a thing is 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 Africa that always prepare that black magic. It's just more like a water, where it's being mixed with black magic, and the purpose of doing that is for them to lose their memory, because this transfer of a thing takes months, like it's not something like you can capture a slave today and tomorrow the slave is already in abroad or is already in their country. No, it's something once or in a week. No, it doesn't happen that way. It takes months, sometimes 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. As the case may be. So they always use black magic on them to make them lose their memory. You know, that's when they get there, they won't remember who they are again. They won't remember where they're coming from. They might not even remember their name. You know, so that's what they always do to the slaves. That's what they always do to the slaves. So after preparing those black magic and they get rid of it, now on the day the boat will come to Nigeria, that is in Badagry, where the boat always descend, in the middle of the sea. So in a single line with shackles on their hand, shackles on their leg, they will move towards there. So you can't easily escape. You can't sort of even run away. Yeah, along the line, if you get tired, you can slump off and die. Like if you get weak, they can die, or they can shoot you off, man. So there in a single fold, they will line you up towards the boat. Once you get yourself to the boat, after packing all the boat, like after packing all the slaves into the boat, then the boat will move out. They will done. They will now start going to other countries. Pick some slaves there. From there, they will be going to their countries. So that's how these slaves are being transported to their own land. And it doesn't take, as I said, it doesn't take a week or 2 weeks. It takes month, 3, 4 months, 5 months, for them to get there, based on his a water movement, unlike flights that can take like 15 hours or so. So it takes months, to get to their country, So with the black magic, they will be on that boat without knowing where they are going. They will just be there numb. They won't even know where they are going, So that's what always happen, It's a very, very interesting story. I guess we are not ready for some of these stories. Some of us are not ready, because come on, all this story guys to open your eyes, guys to open your eyes, make you understand deeply how far Africans has gone, things Africans have faced, the history of Africans. Because just as I said in the part 1, there can never be a present, there can never be a future without knowing the history. Without the history, the past always make up today and also ascertain the tomorrow. That's the future. You can't think of tomorrow without thinking of the past. You can't think of today without thinking of the past. The past is the present is the result of the past, and definitely the future will also be the result of today. So by knowing what's happened in the past, we can prepare the present. We can prepare the present for a better tomorrow, that is for a better future. So in our country Nigeria, in our continent Africa, we definitely need this history. But to my surprise, as I always say, I don't know why the course is no more available in some of our school, both in secondary school and in higher institution. I don't know why the course is no longer available there, because come on, this story, this history make us understand who we are. Like some average people, sometimes me, you can ask me some things about Nigeria, I may not really know it. Yeah, I will just be looking at you. Some of us, when you ask us when did Nigeria gain independence, we will just be looking at you. Some of us will just be some of us when you ask us when did slave trade actually happen, we just be looking at, we don't even know the one that happened recently. That's the the Nigerian independence. We don't even know that. Talk more of knowing what happened since many years ago, which is the slave trade. So this history is very important and crucial in our lives. It's help us understand at least, and well, in it also makes us understand current affair more. Current affair. Some of us, we are Olodos, believe me. Some of us are Olodos in things that has to do with our countries, in the history, in the making. Some of us, we don't even know what's happening presently. Like, I believe there are still some people in this part of the world or in this part of country that when you ask them who is the president of Nigeria, or who is the president of their countries, they will just be looking at you. Being it Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, or Africa in general. Some of us, when you ask us who is the current president of of our country, who is the president? Some of us, when you ask us who is the present president of who is the present president of our country, we just be looking at you, or sometimes we may end up saying past president as the present president, simply because we no longer take the history serious. We no longer take our country serious. We no longer know what's happening around us. We don't care about those things. Yeah, some of us say we don't care. Yeah, sometimes we may not care, but it's good to care. It's good to care. I understand, for our own sanity sake, we just want to leave those political stuff alone, do our thing, find our money, care for our life and all that. But sometimes, for we to aspire a better country, a better continent, we need to understand the past. We need to understand the past. That is, we need to study the history. And after studying the history, we also need to know what's happening presently, before we can project a better tomorrow. That is, before we can project a better future, So a better future of our country and a better future of our continent, So I believe we have concluded the history of slave trade in Nigeria. That's the biggest slave trade in Nigeria and also in Africa, So this is where we just be ending the video. If you really enjoyed this video, kindly do me a favor by liking this video. Yeah, sure, give it a like. This with your like, it makes it makes the algorithm to promote the video more, so it can go viral. If others can also learn and benefit from this video. My name is Bright Obaz. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Peace out.